Guys, welcome back to another segment. We are back again, and this time around, we are going to dive into everything transfer. When I say everything transfer, I'm talking about players that we are going for based on rumors and speculations, players that will be leaving the club, and players that we know that we feel that we need to sell. We need to
And
chase.
they sell in plenty fast.
Oh boy.
We need to chase them out. You understand? All right. First on my list, I will start with the buying aspect. Looking at Hugo Ekitike's deal, and with the way we are hearing this deal, like the way we are hearing that Chelsea is seriously interested in signing this young lad from Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Do you think Chelsea is making a financial mistake on this?
They are not making a financial mistake. Now, you see this Hugo Ekitike, that is where me and Dave, we don't agree with each other at all. Dave, Big Dave,
We don't agree on so many things.
don't
Don't talk on that one
honestly,
thing.
this one is our major bone of content.
Okay.
Now, you believe that this guy is a one-season wonder. Is that not what you believe?
Okay.
Looking at last 2 seasons, because after the previous, we call the finished season just last season. Let's say last 2 seasons. Hugo was a poor rated striker. I'll use that word. Poor rated striker. Now, being in Frankfurt this previous season I just finished, last season, Hugo proved a big point. Now, I have watched these guys' highlights severally, and I have listened to other podcasting people that talks about Hugo. Hugo has this unique quality that most people are not seeing.
What is his unique quality?
He knows how to work with the ball. You see that guy? Hugo is fast. You will not believe it until you see it. Hugo is fast. He is very young, but I feel that Hugo is sharp. I can rate Hugo 80% more than Jackson.
What does Hugo Ekitike has over or have? What does he have over Delap?
Delap.
Yeah.
Now, Hugo is also good at outside balls, like shooting from outside. He's also good at inbox ball. He's very skillful. Now, I will not downplay the fact that Delap is not skillful. Delap is skillful. Yes, I have watched him. I'm even surprised that how a young striker like this be displaying this type of skills in a small team like Ipswich. But Hugo is another, will I say he's an advanced Delap? But most people might not see it. Because they are really comparing the league, saying, the guy they play for German league now, and anybody who they buy from German league, they come Premier League. You know, they
But
really
of course, you have to look at that too. If you're a businessman, gifts, and you tried to buy a certain goods, and that goods did not sell well for you, and you perhaps you are looking at buying another round of goods.
Okay.
Would you be thinking about that same set of goods that you bought before and did not work for you?
Now let me put another question back to you.
Okay.
Now, do you believe that every shop in the United States of America,
Okay.
they sell original products? Do you believe that all shops in the United States of America they sell original products? Now you definitely say no. Because some people might
I'll say
sell.
maybe.
Now looking at the German league, you got players from RB Leipzig, and that has been your problem. You got your Timo Werner from RB Leipzig, one shop in the German league. Now, have you tried another shop in the German league and see if they have a better product than this other shop you got from? That is my bone of content now. Frankfurt, they played a nice ball. Did you watch Frankfurt against Tottenham? Hugo scored a very unique goal. You should watch that highlight. He scored a very amazing goal, like from outside the box. The way he cleared the players and he looks at the angle.
But okay, this is my proposition.
Yeah.
Signing Hugo Ekitike, I have no issue with the guy.
Okay.
But the price tag that is being slapped on this guy's head
That is why I'm asking.
is outrageous. It's outrageous. And I keep giving you that fact. No matter how this is you're saying, we cannot guarantee. Now, we signed Delap. Fine. Everybody is looking forward to Delap performing. But do you know that if Delap does not perform, I don't think there'll be much pressure.
Yes.
We just bought this guy 30 million. And I don't think he'll be earning over £150,000 in Chelsea. You understand?
Yeah.
So, to the Chelsea board and to we the fans, we just see it as a player, or see him as a player that we, can be able to develop for us. We did not waste money.
Yeah.
But when you sign Hugo Ekitike with the same age bracket as Delap,
Yeah.
they are both young. And moreover, if you talk about Hugo Ekitike, what happens to Jackson? What happens to Jackson? There's no issue with having 3 strikers, but you won't buy Delap and buy Ekitike, and you want to keep them on the bench. You will not buy Ekitike for 98 million pounds or 89 million pounds and keep him in the bench.
Now, for me, I feel that since the club is really pressing for Hugo Ekitike, I feel they have the intention. That is my own perception of this whole matter, that they have the intention of loaning or selling Jackson. That is what I just feel.
And looking at that Jackson scenario, will you dance to the tune of the club selling
I would
Jackson?
not like you asking me that question. You can't talk now.
See, they should decide.
Put that direct to me.
No. At this point in time, I don't want to even talk about Jackson. I don't want to comment anything about Jackson. I just want the best for our club.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if we have to part ways with Jackson, I don't have any issues with that. But just that day, get what you talk that day, will trigger me. I don't want to bring back that talk. But at the end of the day, let's get what is best for Chelsea next season. You understand? But at the end, that now you are signing, he still remains a one season wonder because he scored 4 goals in the last 2 seasons ago, and then this season he just scored. I think he had over 20 goals, assists this season. To me, I don't think that is more than enough.
But now look at Mamush in Man City.
Now let's leave the league aside. I'm not even diving into the league again. You understand? Because after all, Manchester City bought Haaland from Dortmund.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, even Hurricane of Bayern now, if Hurricane decides to come to Chelsea, I'll grab him. You understand? But what I'm trying to say, there are some strikers you see. If Osimhen was playing for a German club, now, I will not be scared of Chelsea paying 89 million pounds for Victor Osimhen. Now, think about why I will not be scared.
The records are there.
The records are there. Apart from, okay, the records. See, it gets like away you go see. I'm using Haaland and Osimhen as a prototype. But has Hugo Ekitike, where's that guy from, Seth? France,
yeah.
Bro, I just hope they're not gambling. That's the thing. I'm not against the player, but I don't want us to gamble anymore again. We need the best for Chelsea. That is my own point.
That the board are not willing. The board, they say they need young lads. They want to build a future with young players. For me, I pray they are not making a financial mistake, but looking at the players' quality, I feel these players, they are okay. Even though they are not really up to the standard.
If they want to build the squad with young talents, for example, then it does not make sense that you are signing a young talent that is not proven for over 80 million pounds or even 70 million pounds. For me, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, let me tell you something. Let me ask you a question. Andre Santos, who did very well in Strasbourg last season, if you are not a Chelsea fan, probably a Manchester United fan, and you want Man U to sign Andre Santos, would you accept for Man U to pay 65 million pounds for Santos?
I will not answer the question because I'm not a Man U fan.
Put yourself in the shoes of a Man U fan. Would you want your club to pay 65 million pounds for Andre Santos that did very well in Strasbourg last season?
Guy, I will not want it.
You will not want to. That is the answer to the question. So why are we banking on one season wonders and we want to spend this high amount of money on one season wonders who are still young, people that are still developing? That is the question you need to ask yourself.
Like Frankfurt.
This is just similar to Liverpool's case right now for Wits or Bayern Leverkusen.
And if care is not taken, Liverpool might end up backing out from that deal.
But even Florian Wirtz don't play 3 to 4. Let's just say 3 seasons, but he has performed very well.
But he's still a one season wonder.
How we say he's a one season wonder? Have you seen his numbers in the previous 3 seasons?
All right, pushing forward, we have list of players that I think, based on rumors, according to the Guardian Sports, they say that Sanchez, Petrovic, Vega, Chilwell, Disasi, Fofana, Disbiriol, Chukwuemeka, Ugochukwu, Sterling, Nkunku, Felix, Madueke might end up kissing the club goodbye this summer.
I know that some of these names that you just called now, some are just probably if the best offer comes. Understand? Yes. But there are some that it's a possibility. Say we go pack your bag for you, push you.
Even though nobody come,
bye.
We go find way. Even though we go beg them, say okay, no worry, we go see borrow our money, more buy.
But get one player I want to talk about, which is Renato Vega. We don't really talk about that guy so much. Do you think Chelsea will be making a mistake if we sell him outrightly?
And Olympic Marseille is I'm hearing talk about Olympic Marseille.
Olympic Marseille
putting
again.
an eye
You
on
know,
him.
now that we are talking about signing a centre back, why don't I don't know? Chelsea is still looking for an experience. If you talk, they'll say you're looking for experience centre back. But if I've watched Vega play as a centre back, and
Funny enough, sorry to cut you. Funny enough, Vieirinha was signed to be Macurella's backup.
okay,
Though he's a versatile player, he can navigate from the left wing back as a centre back. But along the line, I don't know what happened. The young lad, as he go Portugal, go play for their national team, and play him as left centre back. He just embraced the position, and all of a sudden, he see himself as a centre back. You understand? But Chelsea letting him go, I will not dance to it, because initially during the January transfer, I said something that Vieirinha is one player I would love to give another trial.
Yeah,
You understand? He's not a player that I will say, maybe
and you'll be more comfortable if you're playing him as a left centre back with Cucurella inverting his normal inversion. At least he's conversant with the left.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't see him doing the work of Cucurella. I don't think he can do that.
No, he can't.
He's not that flexible.
You look
He
at
can't.
the
energy.
the team's ball pattern first. So I will not say that Chelsea idea of selling him it's a bad one for me, because I think the ball pattern when he was at Chelsea and the way Chelsea is playing now, it has changed. We are really playing a kind of dynamic football. Now you can see that Kobe as a left centre back also advances to the. Can he really do that work?
In the COVID, they come out. In the
Like
from midfield, they intercept.
Can he even score goal against our winning game for
Nottingham
Forest? So, guy, can he really fit in to that space?
I think he has the talent, but the question is
Talent is not enough.
experience. That's the question. Experience.
Well, let's watch and see. But as for Nkunku, he go go.
No, Kuka has to go.
Means I won't contribute money for the team.
Nkunku have to go. But as for the case of Sanchez and Petrovic,
No.
I don't think Chelsea is just more like what you said. If a good offer come,
Okay.
I see players like Madueke, Sanchez.
But if Madueke leaves, if he happens to leave, we are left with one right winger in the person of Estavo Williams, right?
We have
Neto.
Pedro Neto.
And I think Chelsea is still pushing to sign.
I skipped for a bit.
Okay. Sorry for the knock. Sorry for the knock.
I skipped for a bit.
But anyhow, let's just watch and see.
What about that year?
No, you say waiting.
Now that's the thing. That's the thing. If you look in depth to how Badashi plays, it helps us.
He does not help us anything, bro.
Guy.
I will not dance.
No, you are looking at his mistakes.
Letting him go is deep. But how many seasons that Badashi played in Chelsea?
He's an injury player. He has not been consistent.
I think 2 seasons, or let me say 2.5 seasons, because
2.5 seasons in Chelsea and still yet
He has not proved himself.
but when he first come now, he be the play well now before the injury now.
Bro, I expected Badashi to prove himself in the finals, in the Conference League finals. Like,
And who told you he did
when
not prove
he did not
himself?
really prove himself. Badashi is a very stiff defender.
He's sluggish kind
He's
of.
sluggish. Can he really do what?
But I know that there's one thing for sure. He's good at area balls.
But actually, he is good at long range passes. I'm not saying area passes, so.
Okay.
But actually, pass from defense. If they enter, if he pierce through, attack safe. These are yes, Tosin does it also well. And Chalobah, I think that's one thing I'll commend the management of Chelsea for.
Yeah.
Their centre backs are playing good
And Kobe is also
out
doing
passes.
it, yes. Because
But
Kobe is also
Badashi's own, it's just very unique. I've noticed that thing. I don't say yes, most people I know go there for where he did because
So he did very unique. You go let them make
it's just
yeah, Davi. But if a good offer comes, Chelsea will let him.
Yeah,
go.
sure.
25 million pounds. I
think there's a club already looking at him. There's a club.
Italian club are putting an eye, but they are not looking serious. That's the simple truth.
Please, they should come for you, please. We need money.
Then, as for the case of Sancho, it's like we go return Sancho back.
Sancho they stress. If like say Sancho wants stress us, if he's not ready to take the pay cuts, or what was he even expecting in the first place? That's the question. You are playing for a club you said you love, of which you believe that you love. You are playing for with passion, and you are aware of the club's wage structure.
Yeah.
you should be able to dance to the tune of the wage structure. I was not even expecting this Sancho contract salary talk to even spring up again. By now, you should have accepted the terms that Chelsea is offering. Because Chelsea will not change for you. If Chelsea is not going to change for Osimhen, I don't think Chelsea should change for a player like Sancho.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? So by now, I was expecting him to have, put pen to paper and say, okay, don't worry, I will take the pay cuts. But if he doesn't want to take it, fine, no problem. We return it back to Manchester United. Look for a winger that will be able to dance to the tune of the Chelsea's wage structure.
For me, I see this Sancho guy as I see Sancho as more of a game changer in most games. I don't buy into Sancho starting games for Chelsea. But
exactly, he's not a starter.
Yes, he's a unique player. He's good, but what you are really giving us and what you are expecting us to give you in return for what you're giving us, it doesn't complement. Like what we are giving you as a club is more bigger than what you as a player is giving us. You are good, you are unique, but your uniqueness is not consistent.
That's it. See, the word consistency is, I think it should be the banner in Chelsea next season. The issue is not about talent. Everybody for that Chelsea squad get talent.
And the truth be that.
They sabi play ball. Normally, they get the talent. But we need players that will be able to put this thing consistently for us.
Just like
that is what wins us the trophies next season.
Like now, looking at the likes of Caicedo or Cucurella demanding for a wage of 250 to 300. And they are really standing firm on it, that they want it. The club no need to hesitate because they know if they lose these two guys,
exactly,
they don't open a loophole for your club.
And they will find it difficult to get something better
to replace them.
Yes, that's right.
If they
and funny enough, looking at the Chelsea wage structure, somebody said something at the comment section. Say, Mr. Peter, if they thought say wage structure, say left for him, he likes the wage structure because if you are not doing well, we cannot improve your salary.
Your salary is not complementing.
Funny enough, I see big clubs start adopting Chelsea pattern from next season.
They will.
So if you are calling the best business owners, club football business owners in the world, you give it to Chelsea's owners. Honestly, they do what is best for business. It's just that.
And one thing with people think is only signing player, winning trophy. See, you might be winning trophy money they damn, you understand? Yeah. But other merchandise where they provide funds to the club, especially the sales of player. One of the major source of income too for club business. But I always tell Chelsea fans, we might be saying Chelsea should sign this, Chelsea. But if this club break down financially, it will affect.
Don't worry.
Some people go leave Chelsea.
Some players, yeah.
And the Premier will not for that type of backer condition.
At least Baka said that they produce their players. They manufacture their players. And also, we have good academies. We have a very good academy. So, it should not be a problem anyway.
Then, lastly, so we'll tip in Sancho to stay, but he needs to take a break.
Take a break. If he stays, he should be our second left winger.
What if he proves you wrong?
Jesus Christ, I've said it before. I love to be proven wrong. Come on. At that point, if you prove us wrong, then I don't think there's no way Chelsea will not increase the salary back. Prove us wrong and keep proving us wrong every week in, week out.
No problem. Moving further, we heard that João Felix, according to rumor, that João Felix at Benfica is peeping. Every club they always peep for where João Felix is, but which one they sign up? Which one they serious to sign up? See, funny enough, unlike, I remember last year when we emphasized on João Felix, when he was in Chelsea, when we talked about his nature of football, that his football is not the kind of football we saw when he first came to Chelsea.
First loan spell,
first season. But the João Felix we saw, the first João Felix we saw when he came to Chelsea, and this one that came back again is different. And people started bashing at us. Say, we don't know football. But is there anybody talking about João Felix again? Is there anybody bothered about Felix again?
If Felix.
Some people are still bothered.
No, nobody's bothered.
Some people are they just they fan them. They're normal fans.
Made them carry fan go from that Italy way in day. Making I don't know whether Italy to Portugal or any club where they final. They use bus at least sponsor in TP.
But AC Milan, I don't
AC
see.
Milan would have been a perfect drive for that
But he did
young
not
man.
prove himself.
Recently, he has been scoring goals for them. I think there's one game he scored. He scored
Maybe
some
to
goals
score
for
one
them.
goal, one game, then the next 5 games, you don't off.
If we just
Well, let's watch how Chelsea will handle Felix issue. Then, as for this Jamie Gittin and Garnacho,
What is bringing the idea of Gancho? Who is sponsoring? Who is laying that foundation of Garnacho in Chelsea? Who is really doing that?
so if Chelsea pushing for Garnacho, you will not.
I go pour and speak. When I send it
But I know why Gift is saying this thing now because he played for a very, very poor man inside. I've said this thing here before that Garnacho is not a bad player. He's still a player that is developing in the league. Let us go back to the case of people like Kevin De Bruyne, people like Mohamed Salah. In their first, second spells at the Premier League, they did not perform well. But if you look at the both players now, I just talked about, they are legends of the Premier League.
But
Take it or leave it.
in their worst form,
Mm.
for me, I would say in their worst form, they had this special quality.
Bro,
they had this special.
bro,
I think
you
there's
never
something
watch.
that-
I don't think he watched Salah at Chelsea.
I watched the Bruyne at Chelsea.
Okay,
I
the
did not
Bruyne at
watch Salah.
Chelsea
I
was
watched
even
Chelsea.
more, was a flop.
It was not
Go and
that-
confirm this thing I'm saying. The Bruyne at Chelsea was a flop.
See, if a player that wants to prove himself for a
Mm.
team, a player that wants to prove himself now, what will I call it? I would say Mayu. A
Mm.
club like Mayu now in this their poorest form.
Mm.
Garnacho was supposed to prove himself. A worthy proving player in Mayu is just Bruno. Garnacho has. Don't take this Garnacho's case to be age. A player that wants to prove himself will prove himself, even in the worst form of a team.
Players they develop. It's just for you to know the one that's going to actually develop.
Comparing Garnacho's this season and this previous season that just finished and last 2 seasons, which of them is a better one?
Last 2 seasons.
Is that growth?
Well, let us not banter words on this. The fans, you can drop your comments, Garnacho or Gittin. But because I know that as for Nico Williams, Chelsea will not.
The two options, I know they two enjoy those two options.
You
too.
know these small children with big wages.
I like Gittins, but I don't also see him as a mature player to hold down that left wing for us. Simple. He can be the second winger also.
Williams.
Well, I guess that will be all for now. Do it to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Peters.
My name is Big Dave.
And my name is Gifto.